I'm sorry for being a little bit late here. Intentions, distractions. My intentions are to go through the board, figure out what we got to do to finish this thing and get it out this Thursday, hopefully, or check in on that and make sure that's actually really possible. And I think that's it. That's if there's a demo or something, that would be cool. As far as distractions, there's a lady here who's helping us out with some things, so I might have to talk to them once in a while during this call, unfortunately. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
GM, my intentions for this call is to see the latest updates and any issues that we need to solve, bugs, all that good stuff, and maybe talk about when we can start doing some legit param parties. And other than that, nothing else. I'll pass it to Nuggin.
Hey, yeah, well, intentions just sync up and maybe use the chance that to kind of on the stuff that's maybe just not working right now with vtour and Pedro, just to make sure that we pinpoint the issue. And distractions, not much. I have my girlfriend running around ordering some stuff, but apart from that, all is good. And I'll pass to vtour.
Hey guys, yeah, my intentions are to sync up like what is left to do, so we can think on when we can launch it and play with it. And yeah, I just launched, so I'm a little bit out of focus, but I'll promise I'll be focused on it. And I'll pass to Pedro.
Hey guys, so my intentions today is just to finish some issues and talk with vtour and Nuggin to see what is left. And then go straight to work and finish everything. And my distractions is that I don't have distractions today, so it's just focus on work. I will pass to Lauren.
Hey guys. Yeah, my intentions today are just to sync up, hang out, look at the dashboard, and maybe make some issues, but mostly just see where we're at. Not very distracted, just distracted by like give us Twitter and but I'll pass it to Zepti.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, my intention is also to sync up, see the latest updates, and yeah, see when we have these advanced parameters. I'll pass it to Meta Verde.
Hi, good morning. My intentions are to sync up, see where we're at, try to get my head back into the game, and my distractions are I'm drinking coffee, so not many distractions. And I don't know who's gone, but Griff, I'm going to guess that nobody's passed it to you yet because you get left out.
This time I got to start it. So.
Oh, hot dog! All right.
I do pass it. I'll pass it to Manu.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I was ill for a week. I'm not a deserter. Okay, I couldn't work, but I'm back to work. And I'm just eager to see what I can help with. I have some ideas on how to improve the learning modules. And yeah, that's it. No distraction. And I'll pass it back to you, Chris.
Well, and I'll add one more thing that if we have bonus time, using the conviction voting module yesterday, and actually in this Bright ID call I had just a second ago. There were lots of suggestions for improvements in the conviction voting module, but none of them were like things we have to do. Oh, let me share screen. Let's start by going to the board.
Just before we do that, just one quick thing that I think we can do. Like, since we are expecting to launch it as soon as possible, I think we could like just split things into things that are nice to have and things that are like high priority for launching, because like I think we should like close which features we want, and then just look for like make sure that everything's working fine. And I think we're already doing this in the high priority, but then I think if we keep this consistent, we can finish it faster.
That sounds good. Let's say sprint backlog is like needs to be finished by Thursday, and product backlog whenever. if that sounds good. But man, it looks like you guys slaughtered the issues. But are they all up on what's the current status of like things going to master? Like, are they up on the main Netlify branch if the issues are closed?
Like in the backend, we're doing we're sending everything to the development branch, and actually the deploy that you have in Netlify is the development branch because there are a few things that are breaking. So as soon as when it gets fully running smoothly, then we can merge to main. But you're using that main Netlify link as well, which is broken now because I just made a little mistake of not testing on thing in the backend. But we already found the issue. I think I was talking to Megan was talking to me about that. So probably if you're going to submit right now, it's not going to work, but we're going to fix it ASAP. But yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Well, then let's start by celebrating all these dones. My God. So we got the font sizes fixed. Nice. That was you, Mitch, right?
Yeah.
Nice work, buddy. Is this really all the issues though? Let's see. Add fork proposal, lots of merges. We got the learn more pop-ups fixed. Nice. We made the reserve ratio more prominent. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And so Pedro, you got that actually up on the. Is that on the develop branch?
No, it's already working on the main branch. You guys can access and see. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's deploy preview. I saw.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
nice. Nice. Okay, very cool. That looks great.
And I fixed that behavior that when we trigger a tooltip close to the chart, something goes wrong and he handers.
Yeah, and just a heads up, I changed some of that text on there in the formatting. So if anyone's reading it, and I think that's on develop actually. So
I will take a look. Thanks.
But just in case anyone's like, what? Look at that text. Anyway, it's fixed.
Okay. Okay, cool. I know Lauren was looking at that text.
I was like, anyone, but I meant Lauren in my head.
Lauren has a thing for tooltips, man. That's for sure. Is it possible to move this up a little bit? It looks kind of weird in this spot. Do you guys think so or no? I mean, I think it's okay, but...
I can move it a little bit to the top.
Are you on full screen?
Let's see. Oh, does it move based off of your screen?
It might depend on your resolution.
Okay.
What about top right, like it was before?
Well, the problem with the upper right is you don't see it. It's
this
too
is
far
like
away
center.
from me.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's just screen resolution, Griff.
Maybe. I feel like it would be nice if it were just aligned with this point up here in token price, you know?
Okay. All right. We can make that work.
It's not a huge change, and it's not a priority.
All right. Cool.
Not a priority. Okay. Anyway, high pri. Move this tooltip that blocks the CV chart. Nice. Thank you for fixing that, Pedro. Fixing the headers. Yeah, Pedro, man, you're just killing it. Look at adding a question mark to everything. Oh, nice. That's fixed. That's great. Thank you, vtour. Summary table shows Commons tribute number twice. Nice. Okay, cool. Issues generated. Okay, man. So a lot of issues, a lot of success. Thank you guys for killing it. Let's see. Add total supply as a column in the ABC module and delete current and collected. This is waiting for review or something?
So the review tag that I added is like we made a change, but we still don't know if this is going to be the final version, you know. So the review tag is so just to remember if we have to change again, or this will be the final decision, or something like that, because actually Mitch thought that maybe removing the collected from to build collected could cause confusion on the users. So we are waiting for some user feedback.
Yeah, looks like these units aren't. Oh, okay, hold on. This is that other bug. Okay, there it is. Okay, cool. Do you think we should have units on Tribute as well? Sorry, this was a bug that a setup you fixed, either Nuggin or Pedro, but to remove the units from everywhere except for a mount in and a mount out. But now I'm noticing that actually maybe Tribute needs it too.
Yeah, it's not clear if it's taken off in TEC or XDI, but we should note that it is in XDI.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be in Rep XDI, but sorry, go ahead, Nuggin.
Yeah, maybe specified in the header, just like Tribute and xDI instead of in each single
Yeah,
number.
if you specify it in the header, we're going to have the same problem where they don't line up because they're going to be different lengths. But that would be the most logical option if we're not looking at it aesthetically.
I think this is definitely something we don't bother fixing this week, but it's something to look for. Maybe I'll just add that to this.
I mean, I think having the denomination is important if we really want people to understand what's happening.
I would put it in I wouldn't put it in the header because there's no units for the other ones. I would just put it in every one. Personally.
That's fine. Yeah.
I think it would just look nicer. Okay, cool. We'll see. Low pry. Not possible. So this is anything blocking this one, vtour?
No, it is in the local branch. I'm just adding other things, other issues to open the request.
Great. Add design graphics to intro and learn modules.
I think your screen is. Oh no, it's correct. Sorry.
Sorry, what?
Because it's not just your screen. I'm not sure if you're looking at it, but it's just showing the dashboard.
I think I can see his screen moving, so I don't know if that's just you, vtour.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I can. Oh, vtour's popping in and out. Okay. Okay, so this is. I'm just gonna move this to product backlog because it's definitely not a blocker for launch. So we got the audio recordings. Oh, look at that! Ooh, I like the color.
Yeah, Marco threw that up.
This is fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I do think it would be quite the nice touch to get those audios up. Sorry, Mount Manu, you were gone for this, but Lauren actually recorded all these things and put them up.
It had to be done.
Had to be done. Praise Lauren, praise Marco, praise Mitch, and thank you, Pedro, for taking it on. Okay, so we did that one, and now there's some new issues. Let's see. So initial buy and hatch or rage core are not factored in the ABC module, but obviously we know this one. Is this a front end issue or a back end issue? See, you tagged Pablo.
Yeah, I think the latest PR from merge from Pedro and from me just addressed this. So
okay, so this should be done.
Yeah. So currently it's under review. Same thing that the other issue, because I just want to stress test that before closing to see if everything is fine. You know.
So it's not on the main branch then right now.
Yes, it is. I'm just waiting for user feedback to see if anybody is going to find another problem.
Wow. Yeah. Well, wait. Let's see. Wow. Cool. Yeah. It looks like. Oh wait. No. No, it still doesn't seem like it's being subtracted from the total amount for this launch button, at least.
Awkward. I just uploaded the code to do that subtraction a little time ago. Let me see if I just put it on the. Oh, it's on the develop yet. Okay, sorry. I
Oh, okay.
made a mistake here.
Do you guys have a link for that? Do you guys have a link for that develop? Maybe throw it in params and we can. I can try it on the next issue as well.
I will create a link. Just give me a minute.
Thanks, Pedro. Well, I'll just jump to the next one. Missing step 0. Oh, nice. You made a pull request that'll fix this issue 1 hour ago.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so then there's nothing blocking that one. If I set the initial buy and hatch a rage quit and then refresh, everything breaks. That seems to be okay. Oh, you put the review label on it. Nice. Okay. Okay. Opening price, entry tribute changes do not update the table. Okay. Cool. Also in review and also fixed, it looks like. But so I guess we're looking for you, vtour, to review a PR. Is that the game?
Wait, can you show the pair again?
It looks like Pedro made a PR with Pablo or Nuggin. Sorry.
No, these are emerged.
Yeah,
this I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So it's this deploy link. I still don't have the deploy link.
It's creating here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This is the link I will send on parameters channel. Let me just, where it is.
Oh yeah.
So I think that this one will have fixes for some issues. One of them is the ABC table. It was missing the 0 step. No, it's not there yet. But the other ones are. So.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so still no 0 step, but oh yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. the 0 step. I have another link that is currently working on. I can share my screen if you want. Oh, I'm receiving another error. Just a minute. Yeah, it's not working properly yet, so I will not share the link. You will not be able to see. I have to finish some other things.
Well, that worked. The entry tribute and exit tribute are changing, at least. Oh, I need to add a step here to see this one. 3,000. 3,000. Nice. That looks great. So it looks like the entry and exit attributes are at least fixed. See, that's a weird one. Did you guys see that? This happens sometimes, like, and I don't, like, you'll put one and then it, like, I don't know, it's like slow to update or something.
Yeah, I think that's because the calculations take a bit. So if you're writing something, maybe it sends it before you're ready. So once you finish typing,
We can hear you typing like a maniac. Sorry.
Wow, sorry.
There he is.
No, that's working pretty well.
yeah, I just I think it sends before you finish typing. So when you finish typing, what's arriving is the answer before you finished, and so it takes just seconds to use the last number. So maybe that's that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so I would say this is looking great, and then we can close it. Do you feel like it needs more review, Pedro?
No, I think that's okay. If you approve it, it's okay.
Looks great. And then if I set the initial buy and hatch a rage quit, then then refresh the page, everything breaks. Let's see.
The problem is that it will break regardless of that because you had that issue, so we'll not be able to test it.
We won't be
you
able to
can
submit it.
out one. Yeah.
Well, at least that's working.
Try
Let's
to
see.
refresh to see what will happen. It's not going to break.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what it looks like when we make this change. Breaking a little bit, it looks like, but it's pretty chill.
I never saw this white background.
See what happens if half the TEC rage quits. I know there's a back button here somewhere. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the hatch or rage quit. Okay, it's being added into the reserve balance, but it's not really showing up on the chart very well. But the total supply did change, is showing right on the table. The hatch and rage quit with all those tokens leaving is correct. But it seems like the reserve ratio, maybe it doesn't. Let me think. I guess all those tokens left, so.
I mean, the rate quits in itself, I think, doesn't affect the reserve ratio because you're removing on one hand the tokens and on the other hand the funds. So both numbers
Yeah.
are going down in the same proportion.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't. You're right. Cool. Well, then it works. Well done, Nuggin. Well done, man. Let's just try that again. Yeah, because if less people rage quit, then does it really matter? It does change a little bit, but not much, which makes sense. 21 something to 19 something. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Cool. Well done. That was a complicated one. Okay. Remove minimum tokens needed to pass. Stop sending that info on response and it'll be removed. Okay, so this is now, so who wants to take this? It seems like it's a back-end issue.
Yeah, I'm double checking that to see if I can just remove
These-
that on the front end, so it's going to be easier, I think. So probably we will take a second look on that today.
Actually, like, I think we discussed that and that I would just remove it from the line, because then I think it's better, because if we decide to add again, just add back to the backend, just like one line.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll do this with the not possible, so the same request. Or
Great, so then I'll put that in sprint backlog. Okay, so this is a weird one. I think it's actually, yeah, it was just that with a high conviction growth and minimum conviction, it's just weird that you might have like a spending limit of 10.4 and you don't see the full 10% here. It makes you, it feels like it's broken even though it's not. I would definitely say this is a low priority issue, but I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are.
yeah, like, but we can do any logic on that, and the point was just that, like, probably when you do like 10.45, it gets closer to 80%, and then it just adds more. So, like, what would you like to be the logic? You can do anything basically. You, like, if you add spending, you wanna add like the, at least like a max value in the x-axis higher than the spending limit, you can do that. Like, if you say like spending limit is like 11, we can go up to 12, for example. But right now we're basing only in the highest point in the chart, but we can do based on the max value of the spending limit.
Honestly, I almost feel like that is really nice. So I made the issue, but unless anyone else thinks that we should change this axes, I'll even just throw it in the ice box. It was a little confusing that it only went to 8%, but it makes sense. Mitch,
Yeah, I think that's more of an edge case, the specific one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think these are going to be reasonable parameters. So I don't know that it's going to be so edgy. But
No, I mean the sense that you're adding like 0.5 and exactly the point that it increased to percent.
Yeah, for sure. And that was me iterating to find where that happened, by the way. So yeah, definitely I found an edge case there. But it was more about this being like, wow, spending limit of 10, but it only goes to 8%. That's weird, you know? But I think it's okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, because no.
Unless Mitch or Lauren or anyone else feels like strongly to not put that in the icebox, but
You mean talking about the dynamic x-axis? Like
yeah.
It doesn't really stretch enough? I mean, like, because when we were playing with like the OneHive tool yesterday, or the Gardens tool, it was really nice because you could actually kind of like visualize the fact that the spending limit is basically unattainable. Like you see it goes parabolic and then it goes almost parallel, the curve with the spending limit, right? That line being the spending limit. And so it's like part of the point of making that specific graph was being able to visualize the spending limit in relation with the rest of the parameters.
In the initial chart where we did with the other tool, we added the dashed line with the spending limit, but I think we had the limitation of this library for adding that. But we can, like, at least in the backend you can add that, but I think it's more a front end issue to not being able to add it right now or not being a priority.
It's just like it doesn't quite tell the whole story because it cuts off before really you see that massive shift in direction, you know? Like you can extrapolate that because if you're looking at the curve, but you don't actually see it where it goes like almost vertical or basically vertical.
Yeah, well, the what's interesting is that the spending limit is almost a lie. You know, it's like, okay, spending limit is 10.4, but in a practical situation with these settings, you could never get past 8%.
That's
Even
true,
if-
but
Yeah.
people can't visualize that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this happens because you're adding the minimum conviction, right? So you're offsetting these
Mhm.
y-axis.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's weird the graph ends, you know, before the actual parameter. You know,
I
if it's,
sort of wish that we could do crazy math to make the spending limit actually be this point. You know? So that you iterate the spending limit so that at 100% and infinity, not 6 months, but at infinity, this is the actual practical spending limit, you know?
but
that
the
would be-
practical spending limit will like vary on lots of different things, right?
Yeah, exactly. The spending. Well, we're saying I would say you set the practical spending limit, not the theoretical set spending limit. I mean, this is not going to happen before launch, but that would be better. And then the parameter we'd send to conviction voting would actually be 10.4, even though the person set 8 here. But anyway, not relevant. Do you think that we should extend it, Mitch? Or just, is it fine?
I mean, it's doable, but it's just like the spending limit doesn't even show up on the x-axis. So it's like, do you think that'll be confusing?
That's what the issue was, right? And
Right.
it made
So-
I was specifically looking for like, is this thing broken? And I was like, wait, is this thing broken? But it's not. It just looks like it if you're thinking about it. So okay, well this is still in the works, it looks like. Sorry, Mitch, did you have like a conclusive yes or no on this? I'm leaving it in the icebox, but we could also make it a fast follow.
I mean, I wonder if it's going to be confusing to people. Like, are people going to understand what's going on? Like, if their spending limit doesn't show up anywhere on the graph, are people going to look at the graph? They're going to be like, no, I don't understand conviction voting. Just put in some buttons and like, okay, cool. But I mean, like, I don't know what other people think. Like, does this seem confusing that the spending limit isn't shown on the graph anywhere?
I mean, I think what that says to me is that we need to reassess that parameter and actually make it a practical spending limit, not a theoretical spending limit. Right?
Like if you set the minimum conviction to 0, it will like do that. But if you add the minimum conviction, it will like offset it. So I think that's more because of the minimum conviction. And then like you could, we can just, instead of doing that, just change the axis. Like it's pretty simple to change.
I mean, is it possible to give like a bit more play on the x-axis? Because like it's a bit more dynamic. Like instead of 10, like make it go to 15. You know, so that we have that extra room there.
No, yeah, I get, but like you gotta think this in a generalized way, and like it will be like which value, like will be if it goes up to the, it can be go up to the spending limit value, and it will not like reach that, so we'll have space to breathe as well.
But just the range that we show on the x-axis, like make it go like a good little bit past, so that people can contextualize it better.
But then the chart's smaller.
Then
Right.
the chart's smaller? Well,
Yeah,
it just maybe
so-
looks more zoomed out, you know?
Yeah, and you have fewer of these points.
Yeah, so I can do that, no problem. I can put like the max value that will be on the x-axis can be like 20 plus the spending limit, you know. So I will push everything more to the middle of the chart.
But like I don't think that's a good idea because the backend is sending out the data, and like if we, I assure you that if we set it to just the spending limit, it will have like a space to breathe, and we can add like +1 or something like that. But I think we should add this to the, like, if you change just the minimum conviction to like to 5, for example, you will offset things. And yeah, then this happens. But like if you go back to 0 on the minimum conviction, for example, then your x-axis will be your minimum conviction to 0, for example. Then no, your minimum conviction to 0%, and then your x-axis will be offset.
Yeah, because look at that. Look at that curve. Woo. Oh, that's much nicer. Man, I wish we could have something like that, huh? Too bad. Okay, well, then I'll leave this in product backlog, and I don't think it should be a blocker for launch.
Okay.
When you try to submit with the initial buy set, it fails. You're working on this one right now, vtour, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so table in module 1 is not very useful. Change the first column a bit to fix this. Oh, it's a backend one? My bad. Okay. Oh, but we lost all the labels and stuff. But that's okay. So I think this is valuable, but I'm not going to say it will block us from launching. Just leave it in the product backlog. But basically, the idea is to make this a little bit more readable. You know, what is 10 weeks, 50 weeks, 100 weeks? Like, that doesn't mean, the only one that makes sense is 260 weeks, which is 5 years. But it's like hard to really understand what they mean. And so the idea is to add a little bit more at the front because, like, you know, it's like, okay, we get 3 values. You know, I don't know. It's just a little weird. And also make them human readable. So it's like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And in a dream world, we wouldn't show, like, if the vesting is only 1.5 years, we'd show 2 years 0%, and then we wouldn't show 3, 4, 5. Basically, we'd only show the first 0. But that's definitely bonus points. I guess I assume this is a vtour issue, or because it's the token module, token freeze.
I think we can assign me or Negan both. Like, we can assign me or.
I mean, if I feel like you're assigned for everything so far, so if Nuggin's down to take it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can take a look at it. Yes, sure.
Yeah, just on this regard, like if we're planning to launch things on Thursday, I'd like to just focus on it's like high priority because especially when trying to get things working.
Totally. This is not in sprint backlog; it's product backlog.
Okay.
So definitely, Nuggin, you don't have to. It's not a priority for launch. So we're missing transferable in the advanced settings.
This is front-end issue. I discussed Pedro with it. Like I'm sending the value, but there is just not the input in the front end.
Currently fixing it. Just missing the CSS.
I do think this is important, so I'm throwing in the sprint backlog. Oh yeah, oh man, vtour, I'm so sorry it took so long, but I did a lot of hacking on the GitHub issue. Did you get to see it?
I'm already changing based on that. All right.
Okay, cool. I also added a table, and that would require grabbing some backend values. Was anything confusing?
No, we're clear. We already have like all the values there. No worry.
Okay, cool. Cool. And Mitch, I don't know if you're interested, but you could review if you think it's cool.
Are you saying there's more comments, or which part?
Well, I mean, just like in this issue 36, I remade the issue to move some things around. Specifically, I moved the summary to the top. I've changed some text, moved the data charts to the top of every module, and then strategy to the end. Bolded this, I don't know, it was already bolded, but like took out the words so that it's just the text. Added this table, added a fork this proposal so that they could see. I loved your, we're very bullish on the TEC, so, we're only showing the buy modules. But
So you uncommented that.
I toned it down just a little, and encouraged people to see the other, to explore the bonding curve more by actually like loading into their thing. Oh yeah,
Okay.
actually this. Yeah.
Well, just tag me on it.
Okay, cool. vtour, this is true, right, with the local storage, that if someone forks this proposal, it'll clear whatever they had stored in their for their settings at that moment. So like they'll lose their text and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I
This
think
is the
that's
way that I'm currently implementing it. So if you try to fork an issue from the GitHub, you lose the strategies that you typed earlier. You want me just to copy the parameters?
I think that's the way to go. I think we should keep their strategies forked as well.
Okay.
Okay. But I just added a warning in there for this, but we should probably also just during the param parties warn people about that as well.
Okay, another thing that I'm currently doing is that when you send a submit proposal and everything goes well, you're going to be redirected for the config module 1, and all the parameters and strategies that you typed for this proposal, for the proposal that you submitted, will be erased, okay? Because currently, if you already made one submission, you always be able to go directly to the submission page without going between modules, The submit proposal button will always be available to be clicked.
So are you saying that you would go back to the defaults?
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that's not a good idea?
Yeah, man, it is. I understand why you'd want to do that, right? So people know that they submitted.
Yeah, it's not only for that, but imagine that you submit a proposal, then you go to the config module 1, and you change all the parameters. And then you go to the submission page, and all the strategy that you typed before is there. And I feel that it could be a little bit confusing for the user, So he has new parameters, but he is looking to his older strategy, and then everything is mixing up. I don't know if it's a good user experience.
I mean, I definitely like clearing their strategy. I think that makes sense.
Okay.
But I going back to the defaults gives too much power to those default parameters when they suck. Or I mean, they're great, but I don't want them to have that much power, to always be influencing everyone every time.
Okay, I can only erase the strategies if you think
Yeah,
that it's better.
I think that's better unless anyone else has a thought on it. Okay, cool.
Okay, I have another question about the issue template, because once we talked about adding a table with price milestones for the curve. So when the balance is 2 million, the price is this, and if the balance is one, I don't know how much, the price is that. Do we still want to do that, or can I cut that part?
I think that would be nice. I agree. I think it'd be nice to describe the curve with a table.
I don't know. I'm sending something, but if we can cut it, maybe that's the backend will be a bit faster. I don't know. So kind of weighing in if we wanted to, because nobody's brought it up in this time since we said it. So maybe I don't know.
I mean, I think it would be nice to be able to compare these curves with data as opposed to just looking at them, you know? I feel like it's going to be hard to really understand. You're just looking at this axis, you know? So I definitely like that idea. I don't know. I tried to make I tried to only make small changes and edit was here as opposed to like adding anything, but that was just for my own sanity. But I actually really agree that it would be easier to look at someone's bonding curve if I had a table of values. And I think it'd be really educational too for like what are the important things for the table.
Yeah, I mean we can do it. It's for me, it's not that much work. I don't know if changing the template is not. Maybe put it as a product backlog because it's not breaking anything. I don't know.
How no yeah that's true. Well no, but if it goes into the issue, it should be in everybody's issue when they submit. So I would put it in the sprint backlog, honestly, because you don't want people's issue, like the issue template should be the same for everybody. You know, like if you submit and this guy's issue doesn't have the ABC table, but this guy's issue does, it would be a little weird.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
So I would say that any changes that we want to make to this issue template like should happen today.
Yeah. No, I'm just afraid that if you add like price points for everyone, I think that like would require a different method in the ABC module, maybe. Like probably you need to do another math, right?
I'm not sure.
I probably wouldn't do price points. I would probably use like collateral in the curve as the default setting. Personally, that's what I would go with, because then I don't know, that's like the most reasonable thing for everybody. Like, okay, what's the supply and the price if there's 100K in the curve, if there's 500K, if there's a million, if there's 2 million, 3 million, 5 million.
Yeah, right now I'm doing it like that. I'm sending the milestone table just 250,000, 500,000, a million, up to 10 million, and then just the price at that point, the supply at that point.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. vtour, what's the deadline to show you that table? Today?
To have it done?
Yeah.
Yeah, like cause I can change and just let this out until the ABC is changed. But yeah, like I think we should have to do this today, because then we gotta like I say make a wrapper for the ABC to make it happen. You can just like add another method just for wrapping it again. Like I'm doing this for some tables there. Like you just get a specific value. In your table, and then I think if we could do this today, then I can implement in the issue generator. I think that's reasonable, because then I can have to test it.
Okay, yeah, great. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Cool. Thanks, Nugget. Good call. Subtract rage quit and initial buy from launch scenario balance. I believe this one is finished, right? Nugget, this is done, right?
Yes, yes. Pedro did that. Yes.
Thank you, Pedro. Okay, well that's all of our issues. Vitor, did you have any final thoughts here? Do these issues that are in backlog? Do you think that we're going to be able to do param parties?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm just a bit worried about the ABC because it's quite complex. I think that's really complex, and I'm just worried that there is some point in there that breaks. So I will be going to the path of not adding that much and trying to get sure that it doesn't break at any point in its consistency. So, but other than that, I think that we adding this, it's okay for making different parts. Like, I would just like get sure that I would just like give like 1 day for testing the ABC and get sure that like nothing is wrong. The same for the others, but I think the ABC is more critical. The others are like not having that many problems because they're not that complex. So yeah, I think the features that we have here are enough. Like for making working fine, just like keep like probably Thursday morning or like Wednesday evening just to test the ABC, get sure that it's all working fine.
Okay, great. Well, I have some. Okay, so then I guess let me make sure there's nothing else on the agenda. Oh yeah. So when param parties, sir? Friday? Do we present it on Thursday, or we could do one Thursday night, or should we just set it for Friday so we have a little bit buffer after the community call if something goes wrong?
Yeah, I think Friday works better. I think Friday
Okay.
we have to. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We can also wait till Sunday.
No, but I think we can like up to Friday we can do a param party and then like even like if it's not perfect, at least we can try and have more. I think.
You're talking about. Oh, sorry, Vitor. You're talking about having a param party for like the general community, or is this just like the closed working group?
General community.
I think Friday you'll catch more fish than Sundays.
For sure.
Agree.
Okay. Well then, first param party will be Friday. I'll set a calendar event, and if you guys can make it, cool. If not, we'll just see how it goes. So that's exciting.